Like a whisker's getting in the way of the camera. Hope you guys do well. It's me, Ariza Gaming, and welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included. Hope you guys are doing well. I am doing well. It is Thursday. It's nearly the end of a very long week. But it's all good. Let's see. We should probably do Gildgos today. I kept talking about it and we've not actually done it. So how about we actually go ahead and do it? Let's see how that goes. I'm doing well, Charlie Kelly. Oh, we need to wake up all the dupes. I had them pose for a thumbnail. Let's put them back on the normal schedules. It's me! I can't remember which ones they're actually on. I don't think I really care. There we go, that's fine. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and do that. You're all pretty well rested now. There is a cool steam vent we're in the middle of building something for, so that would be good. I should probably do this first. And the other thing that we're going to do, we're going to set up the spawn. I think it's just going to be open air. We do eventually want some more oxygen. I'm not going to deny that. Probably not as much as we're going to make with the spawn. We've also still got one here, but we could probably just unplug this. I'm going to leave it here because it's not like I'm really using the real estate for anything else, but we'll see. Yeah, pretty happy with how this run's going. Let's just keep on going then. Yeah, we can dig into this, that's fine. I'll let you dig into all of that if you can reach it. You can dig into all of that as well. We're starting to pump the oxygen out of this room with the cool steam vent. That should be fine. There are more efficient ways of dealing with this that don't take up quite as much space, but I don't want this to be the focus of everything that we're actually doing today. This is more something I wanted to hook up just so we had some extra power in case we needed it for something. What I will do is I'll actually build a load of jumbo batteries in here. That would probably be a good idea, because these steam turbines are going to be running intermittently. And we have many, many tons of steel now, so I think we can get away with it. I will actually probably put one here too. There's not going to be any solid products in this room. So we should be absolutely fine with this. I don't think we'll need this in here either. It's not like these overheat though, so I don't really care. This does also give us a convenient location to actually make some naphtha, if we want to do that, where it's near the base. So I can't really complain about that. We do have the satellite here, but what I'm thinking is, if we want to harness the radiation from the satellite, I can grab plenty of it from above. So I think I will just put all the SPOM stuff here, and I think I will just have them all be open air SPOMs, because I really don't want to mess with that. So if I was actually going to put it in, I could literally just have it on airflow tiles and have these be the airflow tiles if we're having it open air. That's actually not going to be a problem. Now, how many of these would I want to put in? Because if we actually split it up like this, I don't think I even care about really insulating them. So that would be 6 right there. We're not going to need more than 6 for this. We will also get a fair bit of water from the saltwater geyser down here. So I might just set up more SPOMs than we need, and then if we want to just dump the water from this in there as well, we can. I don't know. I think what we'll do is we'll probably only have a few of them in here, and we'll only run a few of... Well, we'll have them all along the row, but we'll only run a few of them. Yes, Gildgos today, but first I want to make sure this cool steam vent is working properly. And we're going to build all of the SPOM stuff as well. We're going to way overbuild on SPOMs, and then if we need to dispose of some extra water, we can. Or get some extra hydrogen, then we can. So let's put the electrolysers in here. These can all be made out of steel as well. That sounds reasonable at this point. Yeah, we'll just keep going on all of this. There shouldn't be any back walls behind this. If there are, I'm going to be very mad. Please do actually build these steam turbines as well. They're on Charlie Kelly and Connectian's lists. I think they might need some more building priority, because they're the mechatronics guys. That seems reasonable. Build a whole asteroid with O2? Well, we will. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to only set these to run if the air... Well, I want to keep this room empty at all times. I think we'll limit the water being input into these more than anything else. And I'm not actually going to set up any immediate pumps either for the stuff. Now, what liquids are we going to want in here? We can put some gunk in the bottom for sure, because we need to dispose of the gunk. And then we'll think about the other options as well. I'll let you dig all of that out as well. But yeah, let's actually speed it up, because I do want to do the Gildgos today as well. I'm glad I've slept well, because my brain has been very busy today. Right, I just want to charge these batteries with that wire, I think. So that could go there. Then lead wire will be fine. That can go all the way over here. This wire for the consumers, so it's 2.64. Each one of these requires 120 watts, so we should be absolutely fine plugging this into this wire. So that's just going to go out the top, and then I'm actually going to lead it in like this, just because I don't want to... I want to fiddle with as few wire segments as possible inside the spawn bits where we don't want to release all the hydrogen. That's the real reason I'm doing this as well, is so we can store all the hydrogen to get more backup power. The hydrogen plant could go somewhere else. Maybe the hydrogen plant will go down here. Dupes are getting irradiated? That's fine. I did learn something interesting the other day. You can combine lead suits, the aquatic diet, and squid ink from the water cooler to give your duplicates over 100% radiation resistance. That makes your duplicates immune to radiation, even, I think even on the hardest difficulty. I'm not sure. I think hardest difficulty just decreases the threshold for radiation sickness? Am I right? What else do I want to do? I probably actually want to make these insulated, if I can. Yeah, but only dupes. Oh, okay. Right, get rid of that as well, if you can. Get rid of these. This will be insulated as well. Do I want to put a actual ladder over here? I probably should. Yeah, go ahead and do that. You guys can actually come over here and excavate these fossils as well. Not that it really matters, but why not? You can't get aquatic diet on Dupes. Yeah, that's true. Radbill's going it's close enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about it. You don't need complete immunity unless you're dealing with an absurd amount of nuclear waste or whatever, right? But yes, it's been a good day. Right, so these are all going to be set to gunk. And then I'm going to get you to start dunking gunk into here. Dunking gunk. So calamari's OP, I'm learning. I think glow squids are a bit better than you would be led to believe just from the raw numbers of what they give you. The calamari is a really good food. Squid ink, self-supplied, is the simplest way of feeding your critter fountains to start. And even a little bit of extra critter happiness could be very useful for certain other critters. The Abyssite is probably not that relevant early on, but later it is very relevant if you're using a lot of it. Particularly if you're making a lot of insulite, right? Because, yeah, you make this with 80 kilograms of abyssalite. That's probably the main relevant thing for this. Having glow squids means you can actually comfortably make everything in your base out of insulite. That being said, there's a lot of reed fiber, but it's alright. A full glow stick and rat eater colony would be a fun gimmick. It would be a fun gimmick. That's a good point. Okay. Oxygen levels look pretty good. We got naphtha and a vacuum here, so this shouldn't burst under any circumstances. There is some polluted mud in here, so let's actually relocate that. I'll keep letting you fill this. We have a huge amount of stuff in here, apparently. The future tree pinpock episode. Yeah, we're definitely doing that. That's the end goal of this run. I'm hoping we can get to that point in 20 streams. Yeah, you're getting radiation sickness now? That is funny. Well, that's fine. You're all getting on with this. I'm going to yellow alert these steam turbines because no one seems to be building them otherwise. I would also quite like to actually just dig this rock out. It must be said. How is everything else going? We've got more plastic, so that means more plastic ladders. I do also want to put the nature reserve in here. This is actually a really good spot for just putting a dedicated nature reserve, because we've already cleared out such a wide area for it. And we probably don't actually need to make it very big. It probably only needs to be around the power bank chargers and, well, probably going up a little bit further than that, but it doesn't need to be this whole column. Why would you still need oxygen if you're using the atmosuit bug? What? We're not, that's not part of the atmosuit bug. They're still breathing with their oxygen tanks. They're not just not breathing. I think you can get it to work with them not breathing. The reason I'm actually building this is more so just so that I can dispose of the water and store the power as hydrogen for later. We're going to have so much hydrogen up here, it's going to be ridiculous. Right, that's actually working now, that's good. It would be nice if I actually put this in here as well. I get the feeling they're not actually going to dump the gunk in here, and yes, I yellow alert it. But we'll see on that one. Atmosuit bug doesn't work on Bionic dupes. Yeah. Right, so this is literally just going to go into a pipe straight here. I think what I actually want to do... This probably shouldn't be made out of insulated igneous rock. I'm just going to make it out of coquina. It's fine. Right. That can go like that. And then... That can go... through here. And then just into all of these. And with this many electrolysers, 8, I'm probably going to want 2 gas pumps. So those are probably going to go here and here. Which means I can fit some switches in the rest of these. Now, do I want just regular switches for electrolysers? I don't think I do. I think I just want disposable the water. Maybe we don't need to do that then. They don't use oxygen when they gasp with the suit on, but you need some to initiate the animation. Yeah, they're all bionic this time. Are the 5 steam turbines able to keep up with the Geotuned CSV steam pressure? Well, I guess we're going to find out. I really hope we don't need any more. In theory, it should cope with the mass flow rate of 10 kilograms per second. It just depends on how the gas actually spreads out. I don't think there's a huge amount we can do about that, though. Also, before we do another print that we don't want to do, I think we actually need to decide what we're going to do with the Printerceptor, because this is ready. We need to print something we don't have that we potentially do want. And we've just been offered a Slickster, but I probably don't want slicksters at the moment. What are we probably not going to get? Lums. We don't have lums. Lums are good for harvesting plants. This seems pretty straightforward. We will print a lum. And then that will go over here, and then we'll probably store that charge up again. And I'll put the lum in this room. That seems pretty straightforward. Not super helpful at the moment, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, there we go. We did it. I think we're going to get a lot more Bionic dupes. We're going to keep printing them. We're never going to be running out of power again. We've got enough water, we're never going to be running out of oxygen again. So I think we will keep printing Bionic dupes until we can't print anymore. We got a lum chum. Yep. There we go, another artifact. Good. The hairdryer. We'll intercept the charge, I think. That seems good. Yeah, lums are probably one of the best. They're kind of like pips in that they're one of the best just wild critters to have for specific purposes. Yeah, you guys are getting your morale boost. That's good. Looks like some of the dupes got injured. Got to print infinite flu corals. Nah, we could do better than that. We getting a natural Escher fountain here? We are. This happens occasionally. I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want pressure damage shenanigans. Now you're gonna activate in 4.3 cycles. That's fine. Alright, make sure those tiles are done. I'm probably gonna get you to start doing this. You don't have any gunk. Okay. How about instead of that, we do something else, like mercury. Mercury seems like a good one because it's never going to get that hot or that cold. And then we'll think of something else to put in there as well. I didn't play a lot with them, and they fun was particularly challenging with the Aquatic DLC. So the thing about the Aquatic DLC is you have all these tidal turbines. So getting the bot boops up and running at the start is a little tricky. But once you get the tidal turbines unlocked, you actually have enough power to do eco power banks quite early on. And obviously you're not lacking for oxygen sources, but to be honest, you want the power from the electrolyzer. So even with the flu corals being on the Aquatic Planet Pack, the electrolyzer hydrogen and microchip tuning is actually quite strong. So we haven't bothered with beacons this time. I probably will at some point, but like, I don't know. When you don't need the food from a lot of critters, I feel like I start to become very selective about the amount of critters I actually pick on a run. Because I don't want all the ranches lagging everything out. Okay, that's going a bit more smoothly now. Oh, you didn't need to do that one. Sorry. That one's fine. That one's fine. Well, that was quick. You're gonna have to do that one now. I guess it's because there wasn't a lot of locally available igneous rock. There is some here. Let's actually dig this out. Do that, and then, yeah, we want this as well. We're really lacking in igneous rock, is something I've noticed. No volcanoes either. Bloaters are okay since you can just keep feeding the lettuce so you don't have to eat them, and they're compatible for feeding with jawbones. Yeah, bloaters are fine, but like, I'm really beginning to think the power of the electrolysers is at least competitive, because sometimes you just don't need more oxygen. You're not going to run 100 or 200 duplicates. You get diminishing returns on that. At least with the... I'm going to put some more mercury in this one. At least with the blumlums and the algae from that, you can have a mix of regular lums for power as well. Kind of makes me think the blumlums are still the superior option overall. Yeah, this is a lot of electrolysers. Right, that's done. Okay, so now probably just some regular salt water on top of this, right? Let's see how that goes. Soda's been great since nothing bothers them, and pearls can be used for it. Oh, that is actually the other thing. We don't have any meteors on this planet, so we really should just do solar panels if we have the material. We have lots of diamond. You can make solar panels out of diamond as well. So why not actually do that? That would be something good to do as well. Arguably more important than this, but I don't know. We haven't done a cool steam vent in a while. So that'd be fun. You could do with a bit more salt water than that. Usually when I set up my Hydra, the problem is how to remove the oxygen to avoid excess lag. Nah. I don't know. Right, when are you going to activate? You're going to activate 3.6 cycles. That's fine. Dupes are fine. Have we got any more dressing up to do? Not really. Skill points. We're starting to accumulate too many skill points. I can get 2 more construction boosters. The Yang. You guys are actually all done now. Okay. Resin 2. Yeah! That's actually a fair point. Another point in the favor of resin boilers being unbelievably strong is that you just have access to glass now. Oh, that's not... Hold on. That's not resin. That's amber. Even still, you don't even need to refine the amber. You just make glassy buildings out of amber. Is this yet another case where the Shatterflocks feels like it's being mogged? I feel like the answer is yeah. I think next time I'll set up in space. Yeah. This feels like a little too little salt water in these. We do have a bottle emptier for salt water somewhere, right? Or a pitcher pump for salt water. I mean, I could just put it in here, right? That's obviously not very convenient for them to access, but... Well, it's better than nothing. We have 8.4 tons of bleach stone. I think this is why I'm actually doing this as well. We have so much bleach stone, it'd be silly not to geotune all of these. For the power. Blumlums are OP. They're so strong. You could probably nerf Blumlums by a factor of 1/2, and they would still be compelling. It's kind of mad. That one actually needs more. This one definitely doesn't need more. It gets easier once they actually have the bottles. Looks like we're down to micrograms in that room. That's good. Quite funny when they're going up and down all these. It's like a bit of an obstacle course for them. Also, I hope you guys like all of your fresh oxygen irradiated. Okay, that will do for that. And then I'm gonna have to actually put the tiles in here. These probably don't need to be insulated, actually. They just need to be opaque. So this could probably just be regular tiles. And then I'm gonna have to figure out another way to get around these rooms. I'm still gonna have to build the actual gas infrastructure as well, so... Let's see, probably just one here and one here. And then it's actually just going to be what the rooms look like. That's not very convenient. We can dig up the satellite, can't we? Yeah, you're just going to have to make this out. You're just going to have to make this out of Coquinia now. We're not actually doing the... We're not actually doing the true tiles, so I don't care about what it looks like. just get it out of here. Food, oxygen, and some lime for measly 90 kilogram water per cycle. Now, how are you going to get out of here? Oh, right. That's the neat part. You don't. This is probably a case where I actually just build ladders across here just to ease construction, right? Wait, what happened here? Oh, polluted water. Okay, that's... Oh, right. Oh, God, okay. Yeah, do that right away. It's fine. They can sweep all the polluted water off this tile. That's fine. Right, what else? I don't necessarily need the ladders in here. You just need to not get trapped. This does need to... Oh my god! Now, are you going to do this in the right order? I have yellow alerted literally everything. No, you're not. Okay. Well... Hi, do you have aquatic... Oh, hello, Boris. Yes, the VODs are all on YouTube. They're all saved in the live streams section, so you shouldn't have any problems finding the VODs on YouTube. This should actually just be a tile, shouldn't it, I think? Maybe I'll tile it over here as well. Yes, everything since the start is on YouTube somewhere. Oh my god, you've got radiation sickness now. Right, listen. Build that tile. We can sort this out. Someone does actually need to build that ladder. There you go. And now you just need to actually escape. There you go, perfect. Right, I'll tell you what. Don't bother with any more of these. Oh, you didn't build any of the friggin' electrolysers. Okay. That would have been a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Right. Remove tile. It's a good thing these guys have plenty of time to do everything. Guess I'll get you to remove this ladder afterwards. We just got to do it in sequence, haven't we? Also, the wire has to go in here. So that can just go here and here. Yeah. Also, I'm sad that this is no longer actually resting on anything, so I'm just going to build some tiles so it doesn't feel so bad. This actually straight up isn't going to work, is it? I need to make an entrance for them. It's going to have to just be this, isn't it? Yeah, it would help if we actually built the electrolysers. Alright, let's push the polluted water up here. I'm gonna have to get you to priority 9 everything in here so it actually gets built. And then we'll build the tiles going back. Unfortunately, these tiles have to be here to make sure that the gas actually splits. Not this one, just this one. Because the gas comes out of the electrolyzer on this tile, and then when you submerge the electrolyzer, the oxygen goes this way and the hydrogen goes that way. There is already plenty of oxygen down here, so we just need to vent this top room, which shouldn't be too challenging. Then I'll sweep that up. I will also just tell them to move all of this stuff in here, because we have a storage bin for them to fill. Right, we actually have a vacuum in here now. That's good. Okay, well, I'll just leave that open then, right? 2.2 cycles. Yeah, water pipes built there. Okay, let's keep going. And then we'll seal it one at a time. What I might do is I might just run this electrolyzer first, and then actually turn the others on. But I could do that by connecting the pipes, so we don't have to put a load of switches in here. Which is good, because I don't want this to take up forever today. Oh, right, we're digging all the stuff in there. Can you actually priority 9 the ceiling as well? I would appreciate that. And then you could put some more tiles here. And then, I guess you could put a ladder here for now. Just don't want the satellite to feel lonely. Yeah, now that we have an actual sweeping dupe, this is pretty convenient for us. Right, so we'll send a green signal if the pressure is above... Let's just disable it for now. Oh, and the vent. Right. At the moment, I just need it to vent into the atmosphere. Which should be fine, because this is all a mix of gases. So you'll need to do that as well. Well. Yeah. I need to make a storage just for regular liquids, don't I? Yeah, we've got a load of mercury up here as well. Oh my god, you did it again. Okay. Oh, right. We can't actually do these tiles until we've swept all the materials out of here. This is a lot of materials. So go ahead and just keep doing that for now. If I actually put a... Oh, wow. We're radiation vomiting. Oh, that's not good. You need to actually move. And I'm going to have to empty your suit, aren't I? Yeah. Well, let's go repair that suit then. I don't mind the random bottles of liquids in here. Then let's keep collecting everything here. Oh, that's a lot of debris, isn't it? Yeah, I will need to sweep that. I got rid of the satellites and resorted to shine bugs. Oh, this will be fine. Oh, looks like some of the polluted water got in here. How much am I actually going to be... I'm going to be radiation vomiting a fair bit, aren't I? I guess I'll just leave you outside of your suit for now, then. Oh, wow, multiple people are radiation? Oh, God. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a lot of radiation. What we got? This seems like a candidate for print decepting to me. So, where's Yang? You're gonna have to take off your suit as well. You guys are idle and you're just hanging out in the room? Why are you idle? Oh, because that's sealed. Oh, I see. Yeah, you are gonna have to actually sweep that up. Then remove that. This is all gonna have to go over here. I guess I'll tell you to do the rest of the liquid bottles over here. Do. So Jaffa's got some radiation sickness too. I estimated how bad that was actually gonna be. There's a lot of bottles here, too. Yeah, there's a bottle of mercury and a bottle of salt water in most of these locations, so we really can't let all this liquid stay in here. Gonna yellow alert this, too. Otherwise, it's never gonna happen. Oh, you need to wear the special suit, which is this one. You activate in 1.1 cycles. Okay. Let's dump some naphtha here. Just a little bit. I'm going to have to actually pay attention to that. What? You don't have any naphtha? I told you to sweep it up. Oh, right. Yeah. I'm going to have to dig that, which means... Get rid of this. I'll have to move that over here. Right, so, yeah, dump the naphtha over here as well. That was enough naphtha that just forms a little seal. Okay, so now we can actually start venting this. Now, is that a good idea? Maybe. I poor Jace is now vomiting as well. Okay, good. Radiation sickness should be on there. Maybe I'll wait to do Highborn Jace for a minute. Right, any more bottles of liquids? Not really. Okay, so all sweep only, priority 9. Dump in there, grab all of these bits. You know what would actually make sense? It would actually make sense to have this, have had a liquid lock over here, so we don't have to wander past a deadly satellite every time. That would have made sense, wouldn't it? What do you mean this is unreachable? Oh, we need a ladder here. Okay, okay. There. Oh, we really are just going to murder everyone doing this. I guess this also means you're just throwing up gunk everywhere, right? Something I should probably be aware of and monitoring, but I'm not. I think I might get Highborn Jace out of this suit now. And you can fix that one as well. What is Bionic vomit? Is it still water or is it gunk? It's gank. It's gunk. Right, cancel these errands. Right, the air pressure in here is decreasing. The issue is, now the air pressure over here is too high. So I probably actually needed to make this high pressure vent, which means we need a gasket. There you go. The good news is, while we've been doing all of these projects, we have been accumulating lots of... stuff. Lots of refined metal. Now, I'm also very aware I'm still going to have to build all the tiles in here once we grabbed all this stuff out. I do hope we can actually get someone to sort this out in a minute. Now, no one's radiation vomited for quite some time, right? I'm going to leave it a tiny bit longer, and then we're going to put them back in their suits. I'm sure there's a loop to calculate as water, everything's water and only. Blimey. I think we're alright. Let's put people back in their suits now. I'm glad we're actually making the reed fiber properly again now. Although you do get to see everyone in their pink unitards for a little bit. It's all good. Well, so much granite and dirt and everything. Gonna erupt in... It's not actually gonna erupt in 30 seconds. In any case, this should be turned off. So I should probably actually just deconstruct that very quickly. This is gonna erupt in 90 seconds. And then I guess you can remove all of that as well. Yeah, have fun. The material we can leave in there for now. But this is just going to be a test to see whether it will actually... I mean, I guess these aren't going to consume it. What I could do is I could have this pipe run to the end and put a bridge in to leave the pipe all the way to the end. Is that worth doing? Probably. Let's put a liquid bridge here. And then I'm going to cut all of these off. And then that will at least fill up that pipe segment. I will actually also need to cool all of these down. Because these are not going to be self-cooled steam turbines. I'm going to have to put a thermal aquatuner in here. Probably not immediately, but that will have to happen fairly soon. So maybe actually hold off on these ones. We'll put the thermal aquatuner in here. That, I think I am literally just going to leave on the pipeline with this. So let's make that out of steel. Let's get the insulated pipe. It's going to go down here. We're going to do our liquid valve trick that we did in the video. That someone showed me how to do on Reddit. This is literally going to go here. In fact, actually... Yeah, this is okay now. This is fine. That is going to go there. And then this is going to go up here. Although I guess it makes more sense to run it through the wall, right? And then that's going to come down here. Then it's just going to run in here with the sensor. Not sure it makes the most sense putting this in a corner, but yeah. It's not really a trick. It's just... if you... Oh, not a meter valve. A regular liquid valve. Yeah, there you go. I guess you can make this a high-pressure vent after all. The trick, it's not really a trick. It's just putting the valve in and not setting it to anything allows the output and the input bypass bit to be equal length. So you can fill up the coolant loop really easily. Right, well you're erupting. The steam turbines are currently working because we built the bridge and the water's getting sucked to the end of the pipe. So if this doesn't overpressurize, then we'll actually be okay. This will need to be radiant pipe. This can be gold. And we'll put some more liquid in here as well. Yeah, you can see it's coming out at 210 degrees C. We're going to get pretty close to max power on these. Now, this is getting pretty close to the actual overpressure threshold already, which is not filling me with confidence. This erupts for 262 seconds. I think it's so long as any segment near the vent is below the pressure, it doesn't overpressure. And something... Okay, well now the steam turbines have stopped working, so that's fine. If it's overpressurizing now, that makes sense. I saw someone post it but didn't test it, it resulted in a bubble again, and a new one was put in a valve below the aquatuner. Oh, right, okay. Well, we'll test it out anyways, because this is what we talked about in the video. So I probably should test it in any way. Why is there more oxygen over here? I don't know. Right, yeah, I'm just going to leave the aquatuner plugged in here, to be honest. So we'll get you to keep building all of this. Oh, look, we're cooking some stuff in here. Making some dirt tiles. That's not what we want. Just bear in mind, when the thing is geotuned, even if it's overpressurizing, you're still consuming the actual data from the geotuner. It's not good. So you do want to try and avoid that. I'm going to have to empty this again. My god, there was so much material in here. Also, I still actually want to put the friggin' power plant in here, don't I? It's gonna be fun. Makes sense, everything is about how much they travel both sides. In that position 3 and 4, yeah. Well, we should be able to empty the room again properly before it erupts again. Actually, I don't think we will. Because we've got to get this thing completely clear before we start generating hydrogen. So make that priority 9 as well, please. Because we've got a mix of gases in here, I guess it's going to make it quite inconvenient for the pump. Dupes otherwise seem fine. Questionable liquid lock shenanigans? Yeah. The naphtha is doing a lot of work. It's my favorite. Do I want temperature plates in here? Probably not. Is the valve steel too? Yes, the valve is steel. We do need to do that. Okay, now we're venting this a bit better. It's still going to take a little bit of time. We're probably going to miss a couple of eruptions. But that's okay. Do I want to turn the geotunes off? I don't think it matters. We have plenty of power, and we frankly have plenty of bleach stone. So I don't really care. Dupes are still busy, so I'm not going to fuss about them either. What liquid am I going to put in the cooling loop? I could just fill this with water from the steam turbines. That's probably not the best idea. Although we are going to cool it down. You know what? That's fine. I wouldn't recommend doing this generally, but I'm going to do it now because it's funny. So put a bridge in here. We'll do that. And then I'll get you to priority 9 that as well. Yeah, fun. It's probably a case where I should have just run it with polluted water again, but whatever. Right, so cool this down. I'm going to make the steam turbine room 30 degrees. So cool it down if it's above 30 degrees. And then the liquid valve, you don't have to set that to anything special. Build the aquatuner. Get it going. There we go. And then I'm going to remove that. Although, in theory, this shouldn't overload at all now, so I'm just going to leave it plugged in. It's out of power. Oh, right. It's because we're draining all the power from these onto the spine. So what I probably actually want to do... I probably want a power shut-off and a smart battery. That's what I want. I want a power shut-off to cut it off if the batteries aren't full. That's what we'll do. Not drip pumping the cool steam vent. Yeah, I wanted to try not drip pumping it for a change. We drip pump these a lot, and I didn't want to spend that much time working on this. So we're just trying to brute force it. Right, so this needs to be a smart battery because we're not bothering with a separate wire for the aquatuner because of what the specific aquatuner is actually doing. And then we'll put a power shutoff here. And then that can go like that. Maybe a NOT gate. So send a green signal when it's low until it's high. So we do want a NOT gate. When it's high, we want it to discharge. So do that. And then we can keep the power in this room when we want to. looking a bit lower in here. That's going to take a while. Oh. Oh, you need to be made out of friggin' steel. Of course you do. Well, that was silly. Yeah, this erupts quite frequently, so we do need to keep an eye on this. Or you can invert the transformer and use it only for the turbine. Meh. I don't care. Either way works. A bionic dupe. I think I'm actually going to commit to printing more bionic dupes now. So you are going to do more digging because you have digging boosters. So let's keep going on that. That's fairly straightforward. And then we need to make you a suit right away. So make that. And we have a pink unitard for you. This does mean we have some more duplicate names available now. If people want to name dupes, we actually used them all from the beginning of the run. And then you're going to prioritize digging. Yeah, that's good. Okie dokie. We'll keep printing them forever. Oh, at the moment, I'm going to keep printing them until we get 12. But I think we will just keep putting them in as we build more bedrooms. And then I'm going to get you to do that right away, I think. I guess I'll set you to 10 and 90 as well. But you're obviously not going to run until we actually get some of the steam out of here, so good luck with that. And then we'll have to build all these tiles. Although I think you're actually done on that now, so we can build these in sequence. And then I think we're done. That tile is going to have to stay there forever. So we can get in and out. It's a bit annoying that we have to actually separate it with the tiles. What I could do is I could actually put pneumatic mechanized doors in here. And then the dupes could still wander through in an emergency. Actually, that I think I probably will do, because that way it's not actually constraining the hydrogen, and I can turn these off and let the dupes walk around if I want. The CSV is absolutely overpressurized, because these aren't running because we're not dumping the water in yet. But we're going to get it sorted out. You've switched to Twitch! What's going on? Yeah, this means we can just build these all in the room. So, what's that actually going to look like? It's going to look a bit different for each one, isn't it? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I could put one in the middle. It's just like this. That's a bit cursed, isn't it? Oh, come on. I felt like that was such a good plan as well. But there's no way to get it to work where it doesn't just permanently lock one of these. You know what? This is a stupid plan. I'm going to do the tiles. I'm going to do the tiles. I feel like there's better ways for accessibility. Yeah, there are. I'm kind of hoping we're never going to have to come in here again, though. Also, you can dig out all this back wall now. I'm not going to pretend that this video is going to be, or this stream is going to be a tutorial on how to actually get a cool steam vent running. I just wanted to actually have something work. And then not think about it ever again. Because I don't want to make sure that we're never actually going to run out of power. Yeah, you need to wear a suit. So that can go... Did I actually give you the suit wearing booster? No, I need to make more suit wearing boosters. Okay, so... Let's actually make 8 suit... Let's make 2 suit training boosters and 2 swim hack boosters. They've left some coquinho on here. That's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the world. Okay, and then build that tile. You guys do actually need to rest a little bit as well. Get some of your health back. I'm glad we've actually got a tower kelp growing in here as well. For our little Orhul friend. There's actually a load of salt in here as well. I should probably just grab this, shouldn't I? Why wouldn't I just grab that? Definitely haven't left any polluted dirt in here. Okay, well, that's gonna run eventually. We have 278 tallow gear bombs as well. That's good. Minnow's doing okay. What's going on here? Tubular atmosphere. Oh, right, gunk. We need to sweep up the gunk. Charlie Kelly is still making more metal for everyone. That's nice. How about this? What's going on with this? I think we are actually out of galena, which is fine. I'm gonna have to dump a little bit more tallow gear balm in there, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to do that until later. Just keep building these tiles for now, so long as the dupes aren't actually idle. I'm fine just doing these errands a little slowly. Now, because we actually have a mix of gases in here, this is not ideal. Also, we've ended up with some polluted oxygen in here. Is that actually going to cause an issue? I feel like it might. What I could do is I could run them in reverse order and push the polluted oxygen out. That could work. Although it means I would have to seal it here, which I probably am just going to do for now. And then I'm going to put a ladder here so they can get out that way. Yeah. Boo! Guess that isn't really going to get pushed out, is it? Well, what do I do about that then? Because it's going to rise, it's not going to sink. Do I just lock a load of dupes in here and have them breathe the air? That probably won't solve the problem either. Pumping this out isn't really going to be practical either. Oh, what am I going to do? Should have thought of that. I have a suck schedule specifically for that, yeah. Also picked the one area where we don't actually have it full of oxygen. Well, I think this is going to have to be a case where I seal this off then. And we pump it for a little bit. That's very irritating. Well, in that case, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to seal this in. Although maybe just pumping the gas up here will be enough, because maybe it won't get back in. But I really didn't want to have to do this. So, I guess I'm just going to run it like that. But we can't get in the room. It's going to have to go all the way around like this. Which is fine. It's going to have to go like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to stop it from drifting in. Just because we've got this huge pool of it over here. Just get this running first and then see if that actually solves the problem. Why do I have hydrogen in here? You shouldn't be running at all. It's probably running a little bit. My plan. My plan has not quite worked so far. We still need some time to vent this as well, though, so I don't think it's the end of the world. Breathability 100%. Good. Oh, right. You can't actually build that pipe segment there. Okay, well, that could be a bridge. That's fine. Steeler, you need a suit. You need a booster. Here you go. Oh, right. You need this. And then you need this. And then you just need to build the bridge. Okay. I think what perhaps I should do is build an insulated or a mechanized airlock here. Let's actually build an insulated door here. And then just not let people through for a bit. This should help, right? Is this another case where trying to get something done quickly actually takes longer? Have we done mucin liquid locks yet? Not intentionally. This obviously strikes me as a good potential place for one. It occurs, actually, you know what? It occurs to me, if any polluted oxygen ever gets in this room, this is going to break, and that's going to be awful. So I probably actually do need to put mucin here, don't I? Now, how would we do that? Is it just literally a case where we use a bottle emptier on the tile and it's good enough? I might have to put it here, which is going to be awkward. So the bottle empty will dump it on that tile, right? Your oxygen becomes 20 kilograms per tile. The PO2 will be less of a problem. Yeah, but if it rises at all, it will be a problem, won't it? We do have enough mucin to just make a liquid lock here, so let's actually just go ahead and do it. This is almost actually drained now at the top, which means this bottom is going to become the problem. Might spill without support. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try it. So mucin, enable auto bottle. Let's give it a try. Maybe that's a case where it's like it works like Jello, where the bottom tiles spill without side tiles. I've seen people do too high liquid locks with this though. I think maybe I just need to actually make this a mesh tile. Yeah, that should be about the right amount, right? No, that didn't work. Yeah. But that's because it went over to this side. But I guess actually, hold on. I think what we need to do is raise it up one level. And put the tile here, as you say. Let's not fart around this time. Let's actually be productive and do it. Because I don't want to waste time on this. In fact, don't bother with the mesh tile there. Just remove this. Apparently make them 4 tiles high enough effort. Yeah, I've seen people do that. I haven't really played around with this as much as I should. Right, so we'll do that, and then I'll open this up here as well, and then we'll put a thing here. Let's see if that works. Well, I have to put one on this side as well. To remove the tiles, it stays upwards. Well, let's give it a try. And if it does just slip this way, then we'll just build a tile here temporarily. Right, mucin, please do. At this point, maybe I should just do a friggin' naphtha thing. I love visco gels, so having a similar liquid early is very poggers. Yeah, I mean, if we really wanted to, we could have just done a two-phase liquid thing, couldn't we? It's done the exact same thing. Yeah, you're right. So, let's remove this. This is kind of helping, but obviously a bit of a waste until we actually properly seal this room. One tile will be fine, you can mop it. Yeah. Right, so let's put the tile there, build the mucin up to this level, then remove the other tiles. And then, do I want to do anything about this liquid in here? Probably not. That's actually kind of helping our case at the moment. So mucin can go in here. Yeah, the top's actually vented now. This is infuriating. Oh, we're cycle 201. Very good. Draco egg? Yeah, that sounds good to me. Why not? Right, so now that's a mucin tile. So let's build up a little bit more. And then that's fine. And then, in theory, we should be able to remove all of these tiles. And then put this one in here, and then it will work. Because how it works is, the mucin can stack up to 102 kilograms. But the liquid itself forms a new tile after 100 kilograms. So that's why it spills immediately to the sides unless you reinforce it like that. But then when it's at this level, it actually stays in place. I may have actually understood how this worked the whole time. It just led you on for amusement. Right, that can go there. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more effort than in the visco gel, but not a lot more effort. And I think in this case, we're pretty justified in doing it. And then I'll actually put a door there as well, because we want this to be a power control station, right? And then we can start grabbing all of that oxygen. It's so funny. Yeah. And here we thought we were going to be dealing with mucin from the Slogos today. Right, now this should work. So we'll just wait for that to drain and then we can get on with that. In the meantime, should we do this nature reserve? So the dupes like to wander in and out of this area a lot. So I think we should have the nature reserve be between this area and this area. And that would be a 3x40 room, which does actually fit here. So that works. What else did I want to do? I'll make one more pink unitard. And then what else? Yeah, I think it can come down to the rock crusher as well. So tiles. You can interrupt that fire pole because that's not going to be relevant. And then the bleach stone bit, that can go there. And then I'm actually going to need doors in this bit. So let's remove the fire pole from this bit. We did say we were going to do a nature reserve. We have got hips crawling around in here, so we might as well. Hello, the magnificent Michael. Hey, dude, I have a question. Are Gilded Astrofields always at the end of a grid where the Radbolt engine can't make a round trip to mine it? You know, that's a very good question. I think they are often intended to do that, but I'm not sure whether they always do 100%. I think it's on the wiki, actually, where the circumstances in which you can find all the different space points of interests. Right, and then what we'll do is we'll actually make the tile that we're gonna make a natural tile here. We're gonna do the manual airlock trick because we have a lot of we have a lot of metal ore. So let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, is 5 plants enough for a nature reserve? Yeah, 4 is enough for a nature reserve. We need the park sign, which is going to go down here. So that could be the park sign. Do we have the park sign? We do. Okay, good. I could go there. Make a beach-themed reserve with beach chair and gum palms. Nah, I built the access chute and it landed on this tidal turbine, so we shifted the whole thing 3 tiles over. So the nature reserve is just going to be here in between where the duplicants all go and work. That is definitely actually what's going to happen. This is not a democracy. What I will need to do is I will need to actually steal this on the other side. So we can't actually do those doors yet. What's the size of the space? It will be less than 120 tiles, and it'll be more than 32 when it's done. The advantage of having it be only 2 wide is also that I can just stick the pip in here, and they will actually navigate around properly. But yeah, let's surround this with tiles. I believe this needs to be all of the tiles, so I'm going to have to remove these too. Actually, we tested it. I think we did test that we had to include the diagonal tiles when we're doing this for it to work. So yeah, I really shouldn't have built those yet. That's fine. Oh, look how quick they are at doing this, too. That's good. Wait, so the initial supercoolant should always be made with a graphite root. That's how I've usually done it. We don't make supercoolant a lot, but when I do it, it's usually from graphite first. Or from the geothermal heat pump from the Frosty Planet Pack. I must say, that's something we've done as well. Once we've actually made the natural tiles, we can't edit anything in here, so this wire is not going to work. 7 minimum works upside down too. That's interesting. Right, drywall can go there. I don't know why that drywall was missing. Okay. So, all we need to do is deconstruct the... all we need to do for this trick to form a natural tile of metal is deconstruct the manual airlock in this room. In this little U shape of tiles. Then, it forms a 200 kilogram natural tile of metal ore. It's that simple. I don't know why it works, it just does. And there are other ways of making natural tiles as well, like you could drip glass or liquid phosphorus or something that will cool rapidly into a natural tile. Or you could heat up little bits of slime or algae or whatnot. That works pretty well too, but obviously that's for hotter spaces. In the past, we have actually dripped the little liquid blobs everywhere. Why does the volume go up and down when I zoom in and out? That's weird. That's not just me, is it? That's very weird. I don't think I've had that happen before. And then we'll go upstairs once we've done all of this, and the liquid lock will have just broken, and we'll have to do it all over again. Yeah, this is why I never worry about preserving natural tiles, because so long as you have enough metal or something to make a door out of, it's very easy to make more natural tiles. I'm actually quite glad that we've had the Slogos continuously making a little bit of mucin for us each time. Also, I shouldn't actually be removing these ones here, should I? We're keeping those in. Right, and then that will do. And then you can remove all of these bits, because these are just going to be rooms. You don't need to use the ladder in here. We're going to have a proper ladder, a plastic ladder outside. So that could be something else. And then we just need to move the pips in here. We don't actually have anyone with a ranching booster equipped. Now, we said we were going to give someone a ranching booster. Who was that going to be? We actually do have one. Who is it going to be? Highboard Jace, I believe it was going to be. Yeah, you can have that one. And then we can move the pips in here. And then obviously we've got to drywall this, because this isn't going anywhere. And that will need to be drywalled a very specific color. Although I don't know. Oh, let's do the trees. That makes sense, right? The trees. And do not drywall the friggin' tile. Because that would just be silly. And then we actually need to put the seeds in here as well. So, what plant's it gonna be? Temperature is hot. So, we've been using the Husher cups. They go up to 50 degrees. Feels reasonable. So, Husher cups seed. There you go. So, relocate one here. Whoops. Don't deconstruct this time. There's the pip. Is he going to do it? I should probably actually have checked the pip planting overlay, but yeah, we don't have any plants in this area. It's fine. The advantage of a Bionic dupe base is that we don't have a lot of plants to interfere with this. There we go. We actually had just about the right amount of seeds. Let's see how that goes. Is the pip going to get up to some action? Yes! They're going to plant it on the wrong ones, though. I don't think it matters which order they plant them in this arrangement. I guess we'll see. Well, they still seem green to me. The pip planting overlay mod is fantastic, by the way. If you're ever doing anything with pip planting, you should get it. It literally just summarizes all of the rules for pip planting, and then has a dynamic overlay that just shows you which things are following which areas. Most plants don't survive 10 kilogram pressures. That is actually true. The funny thing is, now that we've sealed this with mucin, all the oxygen is just going to build up in here. That's literally all that's going to happen. So once this room is vented, this will just be pure oxygen. And then it's just going to stay in this room forever. Now, what we should probably do is actually stick some canister fillers on this. And then the Bionic dupes can just refill from the canister fillers. I didn't leave room in here for a gas pump, though. I'll think about that in a minute. You know, I didn't think this was going to take all day, but apparently it is. Oh well, it's graduated to park. That's good. They won't plant on the upside here. That's alright. Keep working on it, Pips. Now, this feels like an acceptable use case for Pips for me. Planting like actual productive plants feels too powerful. But planting nature reserve plants feels right. Attach new side room? Yeah, we'll do that. We will actually do that. I just didn't really want to. Oh, you're doing the microchip tuning too? Well, if you insist. It goes up tomorrow, tomorrow never comes. Hey, I didn't actually say they were going to be today, in fairness. I decided to stop making promises. Achievement? What achievement? We get an achievement for having a nature reserve? I forget. Oh, finely tuned machine. Okay, that makes sense. We know how to do Gildgos. If you want to see how to ranch Gildgos, watch the YouTube video. We're going to do the same thing. What we're actually going to do is we're going to put them underneath this steam. Also, we're up to 6,600 kilograms of steam per tile in here. This is good. Natural gas is also accumulating. This is a lot of spare power. One would argue we don't need all this spare power, but I think it's amusing anyways, so why worry about it? Right, I am going to need to build a power station down here as well for the hydrogen. Now, this is potentially 900 kilograms, no, 900 grams per second of hydrogen. Each hydrogen generator consumes 100, so we could technically fit 9 of these off of this. However, do we need all of them yet? Probably not. I think I'm actually not even going to worry about this yet. If we ever need more power, I'm going to store the I'm going to pump the hydrogen into a dedicated power plant, and we'll put that somewhere else. I don't think I'm going to worry about that now. I literally just want to make sure this can erupt and we can store all the materials, and then we'll work on the details later. How's the breathability looking? Are we still good on this? Yeah, we are for now, yeah. The dupes idle now? They are idle now. Ah, beans. Okay. You don't really want to drywall the transformer shaft. You're not actually going to do anything with that, are you? Look, they planted all their plants. We've got the nature reserve now. That's going to give everyone a lot of morale, because the dupes will come in between these rooms all the time. I actually really like how this worked out. I might do this in more runs, actually, intentionally. Oh, actually, hold on. One extra thing we were actually going to do was transit tubes. Now, we do also have room for transit tubes in this system. They would cut through this ladder, and then they would go to the other end. Do I want to do that for now? I don't know, not really. How about you guys go digging for more salt for now? We do need more salt. I'm just waiting for that room to depressurize, really. There's also a load of That's a lot of carbon dioxide in here. That means we can actually dig up all this bleach stone, and that will be fine. Yeah, let's go for it. You can dig that up as well. I can get you to dig over here as well. Probably don't want to dig that. There is chlorine in here anyways. Oh, you know what? Dig the bleach stone. We're going to go store it all anyways, aren't we? We got just a mix of gases to make our lives complicated in here. I will get you to do some more research as well while waiting for this. Let's do the critter fountain. That's one that we know we're going to want to do. We have 150 data banks? What, from just analyzing all the geysers? Are you kidding me? Crazy. Feels so bad letting this keep erupting, but we don't really have a choice. Maybe at this point I'm just going to sweep this all up, because that'll help it get to vacuum pressure levels quicker. You know, you could have dug this in a slightly more helpful way. How did you even lose access to that? Oh, right, you need to actually dig that tile now. Okay. Then dig this. And then I'll get you to come in here again. That's not going to work. Do that. Don't need thimbleweed seeds, so let's go intercept another charge. Oh. Yeah, we could definitely actually inspect the thing. That would work as well, wouldn't it? So now we can pick a thing. Now, we've already picked a lum. We put the lum in this room. What else would we want that we don't already have? We have a lure seed. Megafrons we don't need. A dew seed. We don't have any brine ice. We're not going to get any brine ice. A Saturn critter trap. Maybe a wart seed. I think a wart seed would be quite reasonable because we don't have one. Let's just double check. Pretty sure we don't have one. And then this means we've got a more portable source of radiation. Yeah, that seems good to me. Let's just print that. And that can just stick around in there at the moment. I could actually also get you to start digging up this area, because we are going to want to make this a proper tamer as well. And the good thing is, now that we have swim boosters and everyone, we can dig this a lot more freely. So let's actually go over here for now and do that. Oh, are you actually a vacuum now? Yes, apart from this bit, which is rapidly diminishing. Good! Okay, so that means I can get rid of this. We can put the steam turbine back. And then we can actually start consuming some of this. Right, put this in here. I'm gonna remove that wire too. We can get in this room whenever we want, and this is a power plant, so we should do that. Yeah, pick up all the gaskets one at a time. That's a good use of your time. I'll leave the gas pump in here, gas pipe in here in case you want to do this again. That would be very annoying. So I should actually just be able to get this to start working now. So I think what I'll do is I'll just plumb it into the, well, you know what? Just do it. Save. And then we're not actually going to vent any of this for now. So send a green signal if below 0. Then let's wait for the moment of triumph. And then we'll decide what to do. That didn't quite work. Interesting. Right. Well, that's why we saved it. Gamba, yeah. Let's just do one of them, and then we'll flip the others on one at a time. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Ah, the fishies. Should we have a look at the fishies? It's been a while. I need to clean the tank as well. A lot of plant mound in here. Good thing the fish like plant mound, but it doesn't look very good on camera. Let's try that again. So let's actually cut all of them off apart from one. 3, 2, 1, go. Let that prime everything up. It should be set to below 0. Let that climb over. Oh, right. Let's actually just plug them in again now. That's good. How about this one? Was that one the issue? Oh. Well, of course that's what's happening. Oh my god, okay. Alright, I get it. I get it. We're not allowed to have nice things. Now this is Gamba. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? I probably should have restrained myself then. Does heat make the algae grow more? Not really, it's light. And also, it's not really algae. We did have a bit of an algae problem a while ago, but it's actually calmed down a little bit. We had a lot of hair algae growing, but I think some combination of the heat and all the water changes I've been doing has kind of stopped it from growing so much. So now that is pretty just mound from the plants being digested by all the bacteria and things in the tank, which is a good thing, by the way. Right, okay, so we know this one doesn't work. I think we will do the plan again. Just that. Set these to below 0. And then I'm going to have to actually let this fill up and then remove it. Actually, you know what? Set it to above 20,000. Have the whole bit fill with hydrogen first. And then we'll remove it. Because what I'll have to do... Or maybe we just don't turn this one on. You know what? We don't actually need this one at the moment. So I'm just gonna not turn it on. This is still plenty of capacity for now. This is enough to handle the whole thing. So flip them all on. That will work as long as we don't open this up. And then we can actually decide what we want to do with that. Okay, so now we'll set this to... You know, I'll just cut this off for now. And then that will do. What about the naphtha droplet? Yeah, I'll move that later. The important thing is we're actually just going to consume all of the water now. So that means that these can run. Steam's too cold. Okay. The steam is too cold. So... Now what? We've got to heat it up. We don't have anything to heat it up with, though. That doesn't have the power to run. Alright. Temporary abuse of power. Literally. Run the thermo aquatuner, generate the heat, heat up the steam. It's not a lot of steam. Then this will erupt again. There we go. And the more it erupts, the more the temperature will increase, and then we'll be good. Oh, it's not geotuned. What? What? You have to actually geotune these, guys. You have bleachstone, right? It's all over the floor. No, it's in the bins. Oh. You need to stop putting it all in the bins. Yeah, you have to go actually put it in these. So... Guys, what's going on? What are you doing? Oh. Oh, they are actually trapped in this room because of the nature reserve. Right, okay. Yeah, I didn't fully consider that. Right, build ladders there then. I was questioning what they were up to. I guess it's why they were idle as well. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, I guess that makes sense as to why the room cooled so much then. Oh god. You're now too hot. So what we need to do is we need to put an Atmos sensor in here and an AND gate to tell it not to activate when it's not got enough air in here. That's what we're going to have to do. Also, the snail in here. I thought we murdered the snail. I was willing to tolerate it for a little bit to make some mucin for liquid locks, but now it's just going to go because it's turning off the geotuners. Mucin is very good at flooding buildings, which is not actually what you want, believe it or not. Yeah, you're going to have to build this now. You're going to have to not repair this. Same with that. At least it's actually cooling down now. I'm starting to question what the point of all of this actually was, which is usually how I feel when it comes to cool steam vents, if I'm being really honest. Yeah, please do actually load these up and run them. This was all just to save the effort of having to put actual conveyors in here. Or rather, to save the bleach stone from off-gassing in here. Right, so if the air pressure is above 1,000 grams, then you can run. Which is not going to be very often, I guess. Well, maybe. I mean, let's see. This room doesn't have to be super cold. Let's see if this actually runs now. So we're dumping all the water into the electrolysers. There are enough electrolysers here. This is not enough electrolysers to handle all of the instantaneous water. So what we actually probably need in here is we probably need a liquid reservoir too, right? Otherwise this pipe's gonna fill up. I mean, that's fine. I could put one over here. It's not going to be very convenient, but we can do it. This doesn't currently seem to be overpressurizing. Okay, now it is. But we had some steam in here before. So I'm still not convinced yet. But yeah, these are going to actually lock up before we do anything about that. But a single liquid reservoir I think will do. Who's got high stress? Oh, you're still in the gunt suit. Okay. Well, you're going to have to get out of the liquid area first. In fact, actually, I'm just going to move you here. And then we're going to do that. Right, we need the liquid reservoir. So that pipe is actually going to go down here and then up here. And I don't mind that one going on here. And then what we'll do is we'll put another bridge here. Another bridge here. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to do with this. Okay. That should work, in theory. Let's put that in. What I could do, actually, I could just put that there, and then that wouldn't... Then all the liquid would run through the tank. I think that's probably a better idea. At least this is actually Geotuned now. You know, I'm actually thinking, if we actually don't want to run this electrolyzer, I could actually just seal this. Keep this as a liquid lock so that we can get in here later. Like, seal this tile and let these ones. Well, actually, just this tile would do. Then we could put a gas pump up here for the oxygen and send it to the canisters. Still overheating again. I think I probably need to put a liquid here, don't I? Let's put a metal tile here. And then I'm going to put some liquid in here. To keep everything cool. Because I think we need a bit of a heat buffer here. In fact, that's probably a temperature plate job too, isn't it? I mean, probably just some coquinia will do, right? This doesn't cook at silly temperatures, right? No. Good. Okay. Is that a good use for all that coquinia? Probably not. How about instead we do... this. It's probably better. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Nematrek, you are keen to actually get in the liquids, aren't you? Right, Nematrek needs a new suit. Go fix that right away. We do not want any Bionic dupes exploding. I wish sometimes the high stress thing actually came out with like a bing bong. That's what I wish. Right, Nematrek. Yeah, and then let's just put some mercury in here. Mercury? Do I want mercury in there? Probably not, right? Gunk? Do we have any gunk? No. Petroleum? We do have a little bit of petroleum. Sure. Whatever petroleum we have, put it in here. Will that be enough? I guess we'll find out. So I guess what we would actually do is we'll just seal this here. Then we know at least all the hydrogen is going to stay up here, and then I can just remove this bit. And I don't mind pouring a little bit of the liquid in here. The only thing is a lot of the liquid... there's a good amount of liquid in here, so that could actually... that could actually break the mucin lock. So I probably don't want to do that. How much petroleum was that, by the way? Not a lot. I don't think it's going to be enough to get all the way. Nope. Well, that was stupid. Try again. And then let's put the remaining crude oil in here. I think we have enough crude oil. And then if these temperature plates get hot from the geyser eruptions, they should help keep things hot if a Geotuned gets missed. Yeah, that'll do, surely. Then that should help cool that thing down. That does mean there's a space for the steam. You're still overpressurizing. Yeah, maybe that is actually an issue then. Well, I'm gonna have to see if this actually drains all the water out there in between eruptions. Now that everything's up to temperature, let's investigate. I'm not sure the answer is yes, in which case this might have just been a bit of a waste of time. Well, maybe not. It's still a lot of power. And obviously it's a load of hydrogen. If we ever do a liquid hydrogen rocket, that would come in handy, wouldn't it? Seems like the room clears pretty quickly of steam now. Well, that's a good sign. Okay. I'm playing with petroleum boiler designs yet again. I wonder how many I made at this point. More than me, probably. Okay. Let's do something light. Because I'm not gonna do Gildgos now. It's too late. Let's do a carbon dioxide rocket and let's build some ladders and let's get this set up. And then we'll start looking around for the tree planet. Always add some ammo sensor to avoid that all the steam get drained out. Yeah, but I want all the steam to get drained out because it's a cool steam vent. It overpressures really easily. I just wanted to see. Now, it won't run if it's at milligrams of steam anyways, but that's fine. I just wanted to see whether it's actually possible to get this to erupt without needing to push the gas out via some other means. If the answer is no, then I'm going to be a bit disappointed. But that's alright. It was an experiment at the end of the day. And then I guess, I'm just going to let that liquid out here. This one's not going to run. We're not going to let it run. If I do it like that, then it shouldn't actually... I should be able to get in here without the oxygen leaking out. Not that I really care if the oxygen leaks out. Yeah, that should be fine. The mucin is actually behaving with that. That's interesting. How long that will actually stay as a waterfall for. Am I going to make 8 piloting boosters to go? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? No, I don't know. We want operating boosters, right? So we can make the data banks faster. We don't need fast rockets. I don't think I care about that. Right. Solo space cone. Let's see. What else do we want? Battery. Solar panels. Wait, can you actually just build the battery? Let's see. 2 of those. Probably an artifact storage. Do we have an artifact storage? Let me just research the artifact storage. There you go. The exploring part. I don't know. I'm just not sure. We know we're going to need the gas pump for the carbon dioxide, so that's fine. So that can literally just go right here. And I never actually even dug into here, but we do have the salt water, and this is all ready to go. So long as there's no space exposure here, we're fine. I never actually queued up the dig back, did I, when I reloaded? That's funny. And then let's see. So power wire is just going to go... Okay, I'm going to build a ladder. So let's build a ladder. I'm surprised it's not space exposed. That's like the one not space exposed tile. Build some ladders there. And then that's going to be an atmo sensor. And then the power wire can go here. That's fine. Then the pipe. I think I will just tile this. We'll leave the pipe out of here. Yes, it would be a good idea to actually get into space for once, and it is something I actually feel like doing today. So, that's fine. But I need to watch this do one full eruption as well. I feel like in theory this should work if we actually drain the room out, right? Let's just watch it for a little bit. Oh, it's not geotuned! Oh my god, they're not doing it! Come on, guys. You don't have very much to actually do these days, do you? Right. That's one more dupe, isn't it? Right, so Gizmo, you... Oh, what's Gizmo again? I should have checked. Gizmo is medicine husbandry. So you can be a strength booster guy too. So there you go. You can continue with hauling stuff. And then priorities you can haul. Yeah, we just did that. Right. And then you also need an Atmos suit right away. Which is fine. And then we made them a pink unitard already. And then that's 12 dupes for now. We built the tile, so that's good. Get that done. There's a fair bit of carbon dioxide in here. So this should be enough for at least a couple of trips. And then we can do something else. So that's going to go in here. Obviously, we have a Bionic dupe, so we don't actually need a wall toilet. That won't work, will it? They'll just gunk it, won't they? So they'll have to ungunk it. Right? Am I being crazy? You're about to do the research as well. Okay, Atmos sensor is here. The green still above 1000. Then please build this all quickly as well. You're currently having a bad time. Yeah, they gunk the space toilet. So they just have to manually unblock it and then the gunk stays with them. That seems fine. It's not like they're going to be doing much else in space. We have 150 databanks, by the way. If we keep doing that and we keep going into space and getting more orbital databanks. Yeah. If they take a gasket, they should at least handle gunk. Yeah. That's fair enough. Well, this has actually stayed completely covered in liquid, which is not exactly what I intended. Some mucin wound up here. That's funny. So, get rid of that. We'll put a gas pump here. There's not enough steam. Okay. I'll admit, I wasn't really watching that. Right, let's actually think about what the rocket is going to look like on the inside. Probably pretty close to our standard design. So, let's see. Mesh tiles. There's probably a few bits that we don't have. The ladder bed can be made out of gold. That's fine.
Thanks for the sub.
Thanks very much for the Prime, Balans. 5 months of Prime. Hope you're having a pleasant day. Thank you very much for your patronization. Patronage. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. I hope you're having a pleasant day. Gaming. Indeed. Conveyor loader goes here. For loading in oxalite and stuff. That's going to go in a conveyor rail up to a chute. We're going to have a mess table in here. It's in furniture. Then we're going to put the orbital data station in here. We'll put a power control system. Let's see, what's that going to look like? Power outlet fitting here. That's fine, right? And then this could just be regular old wire. That's fine. The wall toilet. They're actually quick at building this today. That's funny. We need 2 more gaskets. Anyone fancy naming the rocket? Although I'm not going to say we're going to keep this around forever. But, like, it's better than nothing. Gaskets. There are easier gaskets today. We have plenty of plastic now, by the way. We could do this whole ladder as plastic now. And that means it's going to go up there. And we're still planning on tiling all of this and putting the fire pole here, and then eventually moving this out of the way. Come on, you do have to actually at least attempt to geotune this. Right, this is geotuned now. The geotuners are all synced up. It's because it erupts for a very long time. Is this actually the case where it runs out of bleachstone mid-eruption? That would be sad. I don't think that's typically how it works. Right, so you're 5 out of 5 geotuned now. Okay, so if we have the oil down here, it just straight up does overpressurize immediately. That's not good. Okay, but that's specifically because of these tiles, right? If I actually sweep up these tiles, then the steam can escape. So we just need to reduce the amount of oil in here. Perhaps we should have used naphtha for this. Because you're probably going to be here a little while. One more swing. Harm's Way. That's a good name for a rocket. Yeah, and this needs to get removed too. And I guess I'll remove that at the same time. In fact, you know what? Actually, everything in here gets to be removed. Up to here, I think. Actually, this is the heat generator, so I think everything up to here. We need as many tiles in here as possible to stop this from over-tuning. Or over... You know what I mean. Harm's Way. There we go. And re-enable. We'll do the research, get the artifact thing. We have already got the artifact achievement now, I think, so I'm not going to be that fussed about it ever again. But it is a thing that exists. See, now you're okay. You actually just needed the extra tiles, didn't you? You're still overpressurizing a little bit. Well, it's not perfect, but I'm also not going to agonize about it forever. It does occur to me. It does actually occur to me the steam isn't getting far enough here to be utilized. So the reason it's overpressurizing is because the steam's all building up on these tiles, and it's never actually getting far enough to run this steam turbine. That's the issue. How would we actually solve that? Possibly just by having a bigger room to let more steam build up. We could actually just have, like, mesh tiles here and put something else in here. Make it a bit of an industrial sauna. But what would we actually want to put in a room like this? We'll have to have a think about that. Now, let's see. We want to put a gas pump in here as well. That's going to be for oxygen. And then what I'm going to do for now, that's going to bridge up here. And then that's going to go to, because it's just one gas pump, we're just going to feed it to 2 canister fillers. Obviously not the right ratio of gas pumps to electrolysers in here. That's fine. And then obviously we'll remove the liquids afterwards. Probably just these liquids. I think it's fine otherwise. So that wire can go there. Yeah, I think I'm just literally gonna have to give it more space to expand into. And then let's put another door here. And then I guess what I'll do is I'll sweep all of these liquids, and that should work. That should stay as a 2 liquid thing. Yeah, good. Okay, that's fine then. And then I could put an Atmos sensor in here. There is actually room. And then we've got a... Then we can at least pump this to a rocket or something as well, or whatever we want to do. We actually could just straight up set up an oxalate refinery, because we have the gold and we have plenty of power. So I probably will do that for a change. That's cursed. It's very cursed. I guess I'll put it here for now. When's the last time we built an oxalate refinery? So, uno wall toilet, por favor. And then we often put a algae diffuser in here, but I don't think we're going to bother in this case. What I often do is I put a little mini gas pump in here to get rid of carbon dioxide, but obviously we've got a Bionic duplicate, so we don't need to do that, do we? So we need to fill this with oxalite. Plastic. And power banks. Oh, that's right. Power banks. Yeah, put some eco power banks in here as well. We could have a power bank charger, but that's not gonna fit, is it? No. That's fine. We can put a phone in here. You know what? We'll do a phone. That's actually something we have space for a change. Oh, get it? Space. Jokes. And then that was going to be a switch. That could probably be something else. I don't know. Who's stressing out? Gizmo. Oh yeah, you need the suit. True. Suit. Here you go. Have fun. And then set this to send green seal up above 1000. And then we just need to build a little ladder here just so we can actually get across to that pipe. In fact, you know what? Just... Okay, let's just put the ladders back here now. Will they just pick up the power back into the loader? It's sweep only. So I'm going to set them to sweep some stuff and put it in the rocket. Maybe the solution is just a 4 out of 5 Geotune it. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. That seemed to work pretty well that time. At least now you're going to have some actual canisters full of oxygen so that you can refuel in a more dignified manner. Okay, let's actually go find a big pile of plastic then. A big pile of plastic. Oh, right. Okay. Sweep by type. Manufactured material, please. Sweep up all of that plastic. And then power banks. Agent Cody Banks. Oh, that would be a good name for a duplicate. Agent Cody Power Banks. Oh my god, someone has got to humor me and redeem that. Right, that's a few power banks. So let's go here. Is that enough power banks? Possibly. We do have a load of things in stupid places. Although, did we actually move most of them? I think we did move most of them. Do it! Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, so it's going to be an operator. Although, actually, we already have a couple of operators. Let's make a gizmo. We don't have a lot of gizmos. Agent Cody Power Banks. There we go. Okay, that is the most proud I think I've ever been of a duplicate name. That's probably not a good thing. Right. Okay. I'll do. You can finish off that research. You're still doing rads. I think... Here's an idea. Let's actually hook up some more of these now. Although, we don't actually have to hook up more of these. All I have to do is drain that salt water somewhere, right? So what we actually do is we just dig this out here. We put a ladder here. And then we just do it into here, right? Yeah, I'm sure you guys will do this in the right order. I have a lot of faith in you. And you, Steeler, you also need the fish suit. It's alright. I kind of knew they weren't going to do it. That's fine. I could put a mesh tile here, and then that will flow out to the right level. In fact, let's actually do it like that. Good thing we're not filling this area with power banks. And then I'll just get you to come in here and dig all the sand. And I'll get you to release that bit too. Yeah, they're quick at this now, aren't they? And then you're going to charge up a lot faster now, right? Yeah, good. And then we can just remove that. Sounds good. And then, yeah, you're going to get a lot more radiation. Tis fine. Yeah, dump all the liquids. That's good. Right, no one's doing that. Why not? Oh, because we had a regular storage bin. True. Okay. That needs to get turned off then. And then... sweep. And then the power banks can also get swept. And then we actually just need to make the oxalate. So that's something we can do with this. So... refinement. Oxalate refinery. This requires 2 gaskets too. That's fine. How old is that movie? It's quite old. And I don't think I've actually even watched it. What's this? 4.1? Really? Where's the... oh, there's the battery. I think we just need to get rid of the battery. That shouldn't still be there. Okay, cut that out. That one is just going to dump into here temporarily while I put this up over here. We can't plug another one into that wire. You're full up and ready to go. Right. So this thing takes 1.2 kilowatts, and a gas intake pipe with 600 grams per second of oxygen, and 3 grams per second of gold, and it produces 600 grams per second of oxalate. So I suspect what we should actually do is put this in... oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to put this in the chlorine room, aren't we? Because this is going to be full of gas, so it's not going to off-gas. And then we're just going to conveyor it over to the rocket or something. We probably won't even conveyor it, will we? Yeah, I think I'm literally just going to stick it in here. And then that's going to go onto one of these wires. Why are you still acting up? Excuse me? Oh, right. True. Okay. No, that apparently did not solve the problem. There's a battery there, too. I keep finding these random batteries. You're going to have to get hooked up to that. Oh, you're just the same wire, really? Well, I'm going to have to disconnect some things then. Oh, no. How about these two for now? This is a case of the Transformers loading the spine too much now. So this is probably a sign that I just need to actually I probably need to take... That wire's going in there. It's going all the way down to the bottom. Is going to go over here. Down here. It's so old that Frankie Muniz quit acting, became a race car driver, has a family, and it came out of retirement to film a Malcolm in the Middle sequel. Yeah, that's a good amount of passage of time. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Now I feel old. Right. Okay, so that could go there. And then this can all get disconnected. Okay. And then that can get disconnected as well. And that's actually all good. Hello, Invader Pork. You'd think the surfing wreck building would stress the Bionics. We don't actually have any surfers in this colony. Maybe we should get them. So we can inflict that, inner conflict on them. Right, you're not actually hooked up to a liquid intake. Does that matter? We know they're not actually going to run this, right? We don't need to actually fill this with liquid if they got a gun kit, right? Or am I being silly? Yeah, the Oxalite refinery. Put that in here, and then... I think I will just let the Oxalite hang out in this room with the chlorine. Because we're not going to fill this up anymore, apart from for specific purposes. Right, what's in the pod? Selectomundo. A dartle egg. You know what? Let's get some rubber boots. You know, just for a few moments where the dupes aren't actually going to be in their suits. Oh my god, everyone is irradiated. That's funny. More boosters for you. Yeah, you're good. You can get up to that. I should remember that we actually have dupes again. It's me, I'm on the rocket. And then you need a hat. It's going to be the strength booster, I think. Takes a while to build. Yeah, we're going to need to reorganize this wire slightly to run this. I think this is still worth doing. What would the alternative be? Probably something involving blums and algae. Oh, a pip died, but it laid an egg. That's good. We only got one pip egg. That's probably fine. Oh, this does take a while to build, doesn't it? Well, you're not the builder. That's why this is taking a while to build. I have it. It was alright for its time. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are appreciative of Agent Cody Banks. Oh, you're flooded. That's hilarious. Yeah, please don't flood. Right, this, I believe, is now actually running at full whack. That's good. We're running a bit low on power banks, but I think that is actually just because we've been messing things around up here. We built that power wire now, so that's good. Now this one is running 4.1 kilowatts of potential load, but it's not actually running that much at a time, so I think this should be fine for the Oxalite refinery. In the chlorine geode. Yeah, and how's the oxygen canisters going? Well, I think the dupes are refueling from them quite often, so that's fair enough. This oxygen is going to build up in here very quickly. And that pipe, I think I'm going to just going to ignore that, I think. And then get rid of that. We don't get meteors in this asteroid. Oh, that just means it's raining somewhere else. Okay, that's fine. Right, you're ready to go. So we need the oxygen pipe, which is good, because we already have an oxygen pipe. It's going to be this one. That's fine. Obviously not a very good deal compared to dense puffs, but when you've got plenty of power in your Bionic dupes, it kind of doesn't really matter. Now, I'm also going to get a storage bin and fill it with gold. There's also actually a tile of chlorine here, so let's actually also build an auto sweeper. And plug that in. Oh, wow. The dupes are bored, apparently. Okay, that's fine. Got that. And then just auto sweep gold into here. And you know what? Grab the rest of the diamond from this geode, because that's pretty good. We'll want this for later usage. I will have to retile it. This is a bit different, isn't it? Yeah, and you're all trapped in here now, which is completely to be expected. So you're going to have to do all of those tiles now. Have fun. Fish in a barrel. Lovely weather we're having, isn't it? I would prefer it without the hundreds of tons of chlorine pressure. I feel like flashing red today. How about you? Alright, and then that research should be done. What's overheating? Oh, beans, look. The mucin collapsed. Why did the mucin collapse? I think it boiled. Yeah, that was a potential problem, wasn't it? Mucin boils at 90 degrees C. The steam turbine actually can get hot enough to boil the mucin. So, what's the issue with that, then? That means, potentially, that polluted oxygen is going to creep back into here. I think... Here's what I think. We just stick another liquid bottle in here. Maybe like maybe just like a temperature plate of a different material. And have it be a normal 2-tile thing. Regular water would probably do, wouldn't it? It's not running, but it's not running because there isn't enough air pressure in here enough of the time to actually cool these all down. That's concerning. I think I'm just going to set this to above 0. We have the oil now, don't we? The oil is going to... Oh. We don't have a lot of oil in here, do we? So it's not going to work. I'm going to set that to like 100 grams. We'll try and get this running a bit more. The thing is, it's not so hot that it's actually overheating. It's just too hot for us to actually get away with having the thing here. Right, so temperature plate. In theory, if I just make an ice temperature plate here, that could work, right? Also, there's so much oxygen here. This is never going to actually fill up with polluted oxygen until it's too late. Right, we don't need any more gold in here. Just 1,000 kilograms will do. And there goes the Oxalite refinery. Plump. Plump. Oh, what's going on here? Why is this not venting? That should be venting if it detects polluted oxygen. Oh, it needs to be a high-pressure gas vent, that's why. It means we're ending up with some... Oh, we've ended up with some polluted oxygen here, and now it's venting waste gas. Right, hold on. Right, high-pressure gas vent. Build that. I'm going to cut this off until it behaves. Okay, I think this has sorted itself out. No cause for alarm. Now, the Bionic dupe is going to need 60 kilograms of oxalite a day. So let's put at least 10 days worth in, I think. And then that should be good enough. Okay. The wire melted. Well, that's not what I wanted, is it? No, perhaps we shouldn't have made this out of lead. That could be there. Wonder if there's a limit to how much gunk a boop can keep in his suit. I don't want to know. Yeah, go ahead and fix all of those. I don't care about you. Yeah, don't repair this. So that's all the oxalite. We can put the artifact station on this now as well. So that will be this one. And then I think apart from that, we're actually pretty much ready to go. Now, just to double check again, do we actually need to have any water in the wool toilet for it to work for a boop to gunk it? Or can we just leave it? Because I would prefer not to send water up here if we can avoid it. That being said, it's a normal temperature, so maybe I should just not worry about it. It needs water? Okay. Let's put the bottle drainer here then. Or, you know what, let's put it here. That's probably a bit more reasonable. And then that can just go in here. And does the gunking waste the water? Because if it does, I'm probably going to want to put the normal pipe in here, where we lead it around the edges a little bit. Something like this. Doesn't need to be exact. It's a little better than what we had. Are you broken? Okay. Well, we'll need to repair you then. There's carbon dioxide in here. How did this happen? Oh, hold on. The rubber on the wire. The rubber on the wire sublimated into carbon dioxide. Really? Well, I mean, that's probably not the end of the world, but like... Some of this oil boil? Like it's shifting around a bit. Oh god. What is wrong with this build? Obviously it's just because this is running too much. Well, I probably just need to set you to not run unless it's like 90, let's say 86 degrees. Run that a little bit less. Alright, let's put the valve back in. Ugh. Is the carbon dioxide actually going to cause problems in this? I mean, we can definitely... It's definitely fairly easy to get it out, because we just need to have a lower part of the room. Man, I didn't want that to happen. Yeah, look, we've got some petroleum over here. It does actually occur to me, we put the thermo aquatuner in the one area that's not going to stay full of gas. Because the steam doesn't really get over here. And if we turn these off until the pressure gets high enough, it's not going to be good. Hello, Rebellious Uno. Hope you're having a good day. How are you? Let me give you a shout out. What's been happening in your world? We have been unsuccessfully doing stuff with a cool steam vent. I wanted to try and not actually enclose it for a change. Also, I can't believe our ice temp shift plan actually worked. It did. Basically, we're just dumping all of the water into electrolysers and storing all the hydrogen and oxygen. Just to try and get some power out. And it has been working for power. Problem is, I put the thermo aquatuner in the spot that isn't actually filling up with gas. That was not very cash money of me. I could, you know what I could actually do? Let's sweep up this liquid again. What I could actually do is put a plastic temp shift plate here, melt it, and get a load of naphtha in here. That seems reasonable. And that should melt pretty quickly. That should form a fair heat sink. It doesn't take up too much space. Let's see if that works. Don't repair this. That will stop breaking again in a minute. Got to cycle 1050. You're pretty much done with the Aquatic Planet Pack. Nice! That's good. We're just about to send a carbon dioxide rocket out into space and explore a little bit. I think what we were actually mostly planning on doing is landing on one of these planets and setting up a telescope on that planet and scanning from the planet. I could obviously put a telescope in here and go and explore around for a bit. We obviously don't have room for this. We do have room for this somewhere. That would be a bit irritating, but I could do it. We could put it down here, and then I could move that around. Not terrible for second long-term colony. Good! No, that does sound good. I think we're just going to go into space and collect some data banks for now, so we're not worrying about data banks again. Hold on. We've got Agent... Hold on. We've got Agent Cody power banks. We also need Agent Cody data banks. Yes. And Agent Cody data banks should be a researcher, but I don't think they're actually going to be. I'm doing this one for free, guys. Very happy with this renaming scheme. Just a pesky rocket control station getting in the way. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I was messing around with the cool steam vent today, and I'm still not 100% satisfied with this. Maybe it'll go better once we have some naphtha on this. Let's see how that goes. This should melt pretty quickly, I think. Once we actually get some gas in here. Well, it will melt at some point. Let's see. You know what? We're not going to wait for paint to dry. That's fine. Now, how much oxalite have we made? That would be a good one to put on the list as well. We actually just straight up have an oxalite refinery. We don't often do this, but this time I thought it was worth doing. I do like how the building looks. We should do a blueprint for the oxalite refinery. We do have the stupid idea of creating a power planet and using batteries around the system via payload lobbers and battery discharges. We've done that a fair bit. It's actually very good. Power banks make it work a lot better. We had an idea a while ago about doing that with hot igneous rock from a volcano planet and using that to run a load of steam turbines, but that was obviously a bit less efficient. Right. We go see what this self-contained system is. We've got to actually make a piloting booster at least. We did make some piloting boosters, didn't we? No. Let's make one piloting booster. I think I'm getting overly distracted by side missions now, if I'm going to be honest. I think I'm just going to accept that this doesn't work quite as well as I wanted it to. And we're going to move on from this. But the long shot is we have so much oxygen, so much hydrogen, we're never going to need to worry about power or oxygen again. We just need to actually hook them up if we need them. And that's all we need to do. So that's good. We're definitely not running out of bleach stone either. We've got 15.5 tons of bleach stone in this room here. The dupes are now idle. I think we're going to wait for a bit more oxalite to build up before we actually launch the rocket, but I think I'm done with today. It's been alright, but I can't say I'm overly happy with what's happened today. But I don't know, it could be worse. This is probably going to be one of those streams where I have the me with the firing the laser on the thumbnail. Just going to send a rocket filled with batteries to my outpost now? Yeah. Oh! Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I did see the 2 Legit City when we raided them. Their power spine was literally just a giant rocket battery. And it was stacked up and they were just plugging in at different parts of the battery. And the battery just worked like a heavy watt wire. If you squint real hard, the data banks look just like Gildgos. Lol. Yeah, I've been saying all week that we were going to be doing stuff with Gildgos. And we just haven't actually done it at all. Because I've gotten completely distracted this week. Let's make 20 more power banks. That'll keep you busy. But yeah. I think we're officially at the point where we're just going to do the Gildgos next week. And I know what we're going to do with them as well. We're going to stick them in this little bit here. We're going to feed them... We're going to feed them the 7,000 tons per tile of steam. Or 7,000 kilograms per ton of tile of steam that we put in here. You do love those slimy boys? Yeah. We have a video about Gildgos. That's where the build is. That's why I haven't been rushing about it. Because we know what the build is. And we have refined metal. We have the gold amalgam still on the planet. Like, we are not running out of gold amalgam by any stretch. Next week, will we do the Gildgos next week? Yes. Deltarune tomorrow. Very good. You strap them on top of a Slickster Ranch. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, we're just going to put them in all the steam. And then all the steam is going to cook all of the mucin. I think that might form a load of dirt tiles unless we cool it down a bit. But the thing is, once we have enough Gildgos breeding, they are going to produce so much mucin at below the steam turbine temperature that it should actually balance out, provided that we are a little bit sensible of it. But I think we actually do have room to put the Gildgos here. And there's actually... We need to warm this up. These seals have had it too good for too long. We need to warm this up, so yeah, we'll definitely do that next week. But the reality is, I've just been really busy in real life this week, and I have not had the brain power to really commit to it. So we've been doing something silly over here instead. And I can't exactly say it's been a failure, I just don't like it. So let's wrap it up. Go raid someone else. But thanks for coming over, Rebellious Uno. I do appreciate it. And we'll play some music. And we'll play some music. There we go. Yes, thanks very much for hanging out. We have the Discord where people talk about Oxygen Not Included as well, so if you have any questions, feel free to post them there. Thank you very much for the follow, Wizard of Weather 1. Hope you're having a pleasant day and a pleasant evening. We'll be back next week. There is a video on polluted brine vents coming out on the YouTube channel in the next few days. It'll be coming out on Saturday. And if you're a YouTube member, you can already view it. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff with the polluted brine vents. But yeah, next video will be of Rex's. I'm going to have to get some energy tomorrow for that as well. Well, maybe not. Maybe the Rexes will wait until another week from now. We'll see. I've still got the planning to do. There'll probably be lots of details about Rex ranching on the Discord. I'll put it that way at least. Right, let's actually go raid someone. Who are we gonna go raid? Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Let's go raid. Oh wait, I think Redneck is oh, Redneck is doing something with Stinger. Let's go raid Redneck. Redneck was here earlier. You send fishy and froggy emotes. The frogs are still doing alright, by the way. I don't talk about the frogs very much these days, but they don't really do anything. We got a load of plants for their tank, and they've been just doing just fine. But, yeah, I'll post some photos of them at some point. But yeah, take care, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.